Welcome everybody onto the campus of Howard Community College here in the Dragon's Lair for a Valentine's Day doubleheader where your Dragons men's and women's team will be hosting the Montgomery College Raptors. Montgomery College comes into today a total of 15-3 on the season. They are 8-0 in the conference and tied for first place with CCBC Essex. The Dragons are 6-1 in the conference, so with a win tonight, they can pull a half game behind Montgomery in the Maryland JUCO standings. Again, CCBC Essex 25-0, Montgomery's 15-3. Our Dragons are 11-8, again 6-1 in the conference. Their only loss in the conference coming to Hartford Community College. My apologies. Chesapeake College on the 9th of February, 57-65 loss. The Dragons are coming off a victory at Frederick Community College on Saturday, 68-57. On the other side, again, Montgomery, a very formidable opponent, 15-3, 8-0. They are 4-2 on the road. The Dragons are 5-1 at home, so keep that in mind for tonight. The Raptors are on a 4-game winning streak. They beat on the 31st Frederick Community College 98-45. Then they on the second Chesapeake College 92-45. At Prince George's Community College on the 7th, 68-45, and Anne Arundel Community College on the 12th, 114-45. They come into this game averaging 90 points per game, and they only give up 52.7 points per game. The Dragons are very good at defense, but it is going to be a tough battle here in the Dragons' lair. They average 62.1 points per game, giving up 50.1. So we will see how the Dragons' defense is trying to stifle the Raptors today. So let's go over some players to watch. There are 4 players that average double figures for this visiting Raptors team, starting with the star number 1, Tiana James, averages 20.3 points per game. She's a freshman guard. Then number 22, Kalia Boykin, is a freshman guard as well, averages 15.8 points per game. Princess Lawson, a sophomore forward/guard, 12.9 points per game. And then Dominique Green, who comes off the bench, a freshman guard, 11.3 points per game. On the other side, the Dragons, Corey People raised her scoring average since the last time we were in this building. She now averages 22.4 points per game, followed behind by Kalani Corcoran, 8.8 points per game, and Madison Carey has raised her average to 7 points per game. I said the Dragons average 62 points per game, giving up 50.1. The Dragons' most struggled quarter is always the third quarter. They have struggled in the third quarter all year. The one loss that we saw here to Monroe of the Bronx, they were up double digits in the first half, and by the end of the third quarter, the Express were back in the game. So let's go over starters for today's game. Starting with the visiting Raptors, starting number 1, freshman guard Tiana James. Starting number 22, freshman guard Kalia Boykin. Starting number 15, a sophomore freshman/guard Princess Lawson. Starting number 3, a freshman guard/forward Bethany Fowler. And starting a sophomore guard, number 10, Tiana Smith. Now, for your home Dragons, they start with number 1, a guard, Tasia Goodman. Number 2, a guard, Corey People. Number 15, Kalani Corcoran. Number 21, Madison Carey. And number 32, India Young. The Raptors are coached by Tarlo Gasca. She is assisted by Patrick Carden, Rhonda Jackson, and Armani Lomax. And the Dragons are coached by head coach Aaron Barnes. She's assisted by Connor Rice, Chantrell Oliver, and Lamount Vaughn. Again, the third quarter is a big one to look at today. The Dragons have given up 309 points in the third quarter. Their best quarter when it comes to scoring is the second quarter. They've scored 314 to their opponent's 231. And their lowest scoring quarter tends to be the first quarter, 258 to 226, though. So they've had better first quarters than their opponents. More stats for this Raptors team. Again, averaging 90 points per game. They shoot 45% from the field. They shoot 58.7% from the free throw line. So that's something to keep in mind. And then for 3-point percentage, 28.9%. They turn over the ball 16.7 times per game, but they average 50.9 rebounds per game. On the other side, the Dragons, they shoot the ball 36.5%, a 29.9% three-point shooting. So they're a little bit better at three-pointers than the Raptors coming into today. They are 64.9% free throw shooters, so they beat them in that category as well. They average 24 turnovers a game, so a little heavy on that. And they average 11.4 steals. So the Dragons, again, really good on defense. They're going to need that today to claw into a half game behind for the second place spot in Maryland JUCO. I am Matt Trudell. We are about 3 to 5 minutes away from the start of this game. We're going to do the national anthem, and then they will announce the starters in-house, and then we will be back for tip-off for the first part of this doubleheader.
And stand respectfully for the playing of our national anthem.
All right, back in the Dragon's Lair. About time for the tip-off. We just got the national anthem and the starters announced. The Montgomery men's basketball team has entered the gym. They are taking a seat. Some of the Dragons men's team is already here, getting ready for this game as well. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to today. Again, this is the first matchup between the women's Raptors and women's Dragons team. The men's team will play at 7 o'clock or 20 minutes after this game ends, depending on whatever one comes first. So stay tuned for that. But we have great action about to start the first quarter. We have Kalani Corcoran. She's going to go head-to-head against Bethany Fowler for the opening tip. So we were just waiting for the refs to get situated, and we'll be underway. Music is off. It looks like one of the refs is dealing with a whistle issue. All right, we're going to play some more music while we're a equipment malfunction here in Columbia. All right, we are about to be underway. Fowler versus Corcoran. And the tip is up. Fowler smacks it down, but it ends up in Madison Carey's hand. She hands it off to Tasia Goodman, and we are underway with the Dragons having the first possession of the game. Corcoran gets the pass. She's on the left side, gets a pick from Carey. Carey, tough bounce. Now Goodman, almost stolen away by Fowler. Corcoran's going to shoot a three, misses it. It's going to go out of bounds, and it will be Raptors ball, but a good ball movement by the Dragons. Fowler almost stole the pass by Corcoran to Corey People, but they ultimately had an open shot for Kalani Corcoran, and now the Raptors have their first possession. James is going to bring it up the court. Tiana James gets over to Bethany Fowler. She goes it down low to number 15, Princess Lawson. Fires up a shot, misses it, rebounded by number 1, James, and she misses it, rebounded by Carey. Now Carey bounces it over to Goodman, and we're back underway for the Dragons on offense. Corcoran gets it inside to Carey. Carey thinks about it, drives, and gets a nice take off the backboard. First points of the night goes to the Dragons. Good take by Madison Carey. Now on the other end, the ball goes to Tiana Smith, who gets it back to Boykin. Now Fowler. Fowler inside to Lawson. Lawson's going to drive on Carey, and that is an offensive foul. She made the shot, but maybe she watched the Super Bowl last night and trucked Madison Carey, who was in excellent defensive position. So as the first foul of the game goes against Montgomery College and Princess Lawson on the offensive charge. Tasia Goodman now gets it across the line. Throws it over to Corey People. Corey People gets a pick from India Young. She's going to drive across the lane, fakes the pass, but they're going to call a foul on Princess Lawson. I thought inadvertent whistle, so they're going to say it's actually now out of bounds. It did look like a clean block by Princess Lawson to smack it out of bounds. There will be 17 seconds left on the shot clock. It will remain Dragons ball, but no foul on Princess Lawson. Corcoran looking for some aid. Gets it into Corey People, who's open for a wide open three. Misses it. It bounces back. James ends up with it. Almost travels, but she's able to keep her plantar foot down. And now Tiana James will run the offense. Gets it over to Fowler. Bounces it down low to Smith. Back out to Fowler for three. Tries to bank it. Misses it. Now India Young with the rebound. She's going to push it herself. Kicks it out to Corey People. Corey People's going to drive across the lane. Gets out to Tasia Goodman. Goodman for the three. Misses it. 0 for 3 from the three-point range the Dragons are so far. And now Smith throws it up to James. James gets it smacked out of her hands, but it will be Corey People's ball and Dragons ball. Kalani Corcoran's going to inbound it to Goodman, and we are back underway. Tiana James is going to be a little bit of a nuisance, but not much. Now Madison Carey. Dragons want to look to get an easy basket here. They've been shooting too many threes early on. Corey People gets blocked. She shook the first defender, but she gets blocked by number 10, Tiana Smith. And Bethany Fowler gets it up to number 22, Kalia Boykin. Now Fowler drives in the lane, and that is going to be another charge. Excellent defense by this Dragons team. Kalani Corcoran getting the contact. That is the second foul by Montgomery College, and we are back underway with the offensive possession for the Dragons. We discussed a little bit in the pregame how good the Dragons defense is, and this Raptors team averages 90 points per game, so this is something they need to keep up all game. Goodman now gets the pass from Young, bounces inside to Madison Carey. Madison Carey misses the shot, but Corey People ends up getting the rebound. Then she's blocked by Lawson, and now James heading the other way for the Raptors. She loses the ball, but it ends up in Kalea Boykin's hands, and she scores the first point for the Raptors. There's 6:56 left in the first quarter. Corey People now going to run the point position for the Dragons. She's getting guarded by Fowler. Throws a pass to Goodman. Almost goes away, but Goodman's able to recover it. Now Madison Carey back over to Corey People. Needs better spacing. Picked and stolen away by Bethany Fowler. Fowler's heading down all by herself. Makes the layup. 4-2 is the score. The Raptors take their first lead of the game. And now Corey People. People gets it over to India Young. Now Madison Carey. Carey bounces it down baseline to Corey People. Corey People gets blocked from behind by Fowler, but it goes out of bounds. So it'll be Dragons ball. Excellent pass at baseline for Corey People, but Bethany Fowler just blocked her from behind. Corcoran now looks inbound the ball, needs help. She needs to throw it, and she throws it a little too late. That's a 5-second call and a turnover by the Dragons. Only their second turnover so far. James now with the ball. Tiana James brings up the court. Again, she's the leading scorer of this team, 20 points per game. Yet to get on the scores list so far. Bethany Fowler misses a three. It goes out of bounds. It will go back to the Dragons. All right, Tasia Goodman now going to run point. Hands it back to Corey People. Corey People going up against a size disadvantage. Corey People, and they're going to call travel on Corey People. Excellent defense inside the paint by the Raptors right now. Is really stifling what the Dragons want to do, especially since they've struggled from the perimeter. Tiana James now throws up a three, and she's on the board. And it is 7-2, 5:35 left in the first quarter. Corey People gets it across the line. Now Carey, India Young, back to People. People shakes her defender, but she gets it smacked away by Tiana Smith. And it's going to be Raptors ball. Coach Barnes calls a timeout here in Columbia. 7-2 is the lead by the visiting Raptors. We will be back shortly. All right, back here in Columbia, Dragons shooting 11.1% from the field, 1 of 9. Montgomery 3 of 7 for 42.9%. They are 1 of 2 from three-point range, 50%. Immediate pressure, and they're able to beat the pressure. Now James gets it. She's lucky to not give up an open shot to her. Now down low to Lawson. Lawson drives baseline, throws it out to Smith. Smith to Fowler. Fowler's going to drive baseline, pops a floater, misses it. The battle for the rebound, it goes to Smith. Smith gets blocked. India Young tries to save it, but she gets pushed out of bounds by her own teammate. So it will go to the Raptors. All right, now looking to inbound the ball, you have number 22, Boykin. Boykin looking for help, throws it into Fowler. Fowler bounces it down low. Madison Carey smacks the bounce pass away. Kalani Corcoran ends up with it. They're going to push it. She's going to slow it down. And she's going to look for some help. Gets it to Tasia Goodman. And now Dragons trying to run some offense. They need to find some offense that is not Corey People. She's being smothered right now. India Young takes it away. She gets fouled. That foul's going to go against, I believe, number 1. It is. Tiana James picks up her first foul. India Young goes to the line for 2 free throws. A 62.2% free throw shooter. In for Bethany Fowler comes number 14, Dominique Green. She is the 4th leading scorer on this team. We discussed in the pregame, 11.3 points. First shot made by India Young. 7-3, chance to cut it to a 3-point game. She misses that, so it's a 4-point game. Tiana James with the rebound for the Raptors. She gets it over to Smith. Smith jumps but gets it out to James. James good drive, kicks it back out to Smith. Excellent pass. Misses the 3. Battle for the rebound. India Young knocks it down to Corey People. Now Corey People throws it all the way up to Tasia Goodman. Goodman misses the layup, but it ends up back in her hands. Now Kalani Corcoran's going to calm it down, get it down to Carey. Extra pass to Goodman. Goodman steps in for a 2-point shot, misses that. Rebounded by James of the Raptors and heading the other way. Unfortunate to not get points on that end. Now Green gets the pass from James, gets it back out to her. James is going to drive, gets it baseline for an easy bank shot for number 22, Kalia Boykin. 9-3 is the score. 3:45 left in the first quarter. Tasia Goodman now with the ball. Good to drive. Has to pick up a dribble, gets it out to Corcoran. Now Carey fakes, drives, gets fouled, and has a chance at a 3-point play. What a play by Madison Carey. The foul is on number 10, Tiana Smith. That's her first. Now coming into the game, Kayla Moore comes in for Princess Lawson. India Young comes out for Quatasia Johnson. Madison Carey has a 54.2% free throw percentage. Chance to cut it to 3, and she does. Gets the friendly home bounce. And now back underway, running point, Kalia Boykin for the Raptors. Now gets it over to Smith. Smith looking for some help, tries to look down low. Now James will throw up a 3, misses it on the front rim. It bounces perfectly to number 32, Kayla Moore, who misses the shot. And now Madison Carey gets the ball stolen from her. Now another putback, miss, but then finally cleaned up by Kalia Boykin. And the Dragons need to clean up the rebounding side of things on both the offensive and defensive glass. Getting out rebounded 12-9. Carey now drives, misses that, but they call her for a travel. So no foul. Dragons like that Madison Carey mismatch at the moment. It's 11-6, 2:47. Tiana James now brings it up. It's very hard when they're shooting the ball pretty well and finding easy paint points. Now James baseline to Smith, misses it. Missed opportunity, now battle for the ball. Cleaned up, number 22, killing it, Kalia Boykin. Killing it in this first quarter. She now has 8 points. Tasia Goodman gets it over to Corey People. Corey People gonna move to her right, brings it across the lane, kicks it out to Corcoran. Corcoran for 3, misses that, rebounded by Carey. Carey throws up the shot and makes that one. Good putback by Madison Carey, 13-8, 2 minutes and counting left in the first quarter. Now James gets it over to Boykin. Boykin, the leading scorer for this Raptors team in the first quarter. She throws a baseline to Smith. Smith shoots, misses everything. put back by Boykin, who just misses it. Rebounded by Green. She misses the putback, and Kalani Corcoran, angry, smacks it away and ends up in Tasia Goodman's hands. Goodman's going to slow it down, and they're going to reset their offense. Good job by Montgomery getting back on defense. Now Corey People gets the pass. She's on Boykin. She's going to take it all the way. Misses the layup, but rebounded by Madison Carey, who cleans it up. And Madison Carey's a monster on the glass right now. Delay a game warning on the Dragons. The Dragons thought it was a timeout, but we're reset up now. Tiana James, 3-point lead, 1:16 left and counting. James thought about shooting the three, gets it over. Deep two is missed by number 14, Dominique Green, and then they're going to call a foul. It's on Madison Carey. India Young will come back into this game. Madison Carey's going to come out for India Young, and coming out, Kayla Moore comes out for Princess Lawson. And Bethany Fowler's going to come back into this game for Tiana Smith. So some size in this last minute for the Raptors. Now looking for the inbound, gets it into Green. Green smacked away. Good defense by both Corey People and Tasia Goodman. And now India Young brings it up the court. She's going to take it all the way. She gets blocked. And it is cradled by number 22, Kalia Boykin, who gets it up to James. James thought about it. She's going to drive, kicks it. Now baseline jumper. Green misses it. Battle for the rebound. India Young ends up with it. She's getting trapped. She bounces it, ends up in Princess Lawson's hands. Lawson gets it to Boykin. Now on the other side to Green. Excellent passing. The no-look pass is missed, though. And now battle. They call the foul on Quatasia Johnson. So now it will be Princess Lawson shooting free throws. Coach Barnes is not happy with the decisions. They're not going to be shooting free throws. It's going to be a baseline. All right, looking to inbound Boykin. Gets it into Lawson. Lawson turnaround hook shot missed. Johnson throws it in. Bethany Fowler did an excellent job of saving it. Lawson throws up a shot again and gets a friendly roll. Fowler's holding her knee, heading back the other way. Now Goodman, 11 seconds on the shot clock, 5-point game. Dragons will have the last shot of this first quarter, my apologies. Corcoran, 4-3, she gets stolen by Fowler. Fowler's gonna have to shoot it. And she, too late, misses it. So that is the end of the first quarter. 15-10 is the score. Raptors are up. We will be back at the start of the second quarter. All right, we are back here in Columbia For the Dragons, the things that went well, they've only held this team to 15 points. They average 90 a game. And they're only down by 5 right now when it could have been worse. They're out getting out rebounds, 19 to 13. They're getting points off turnover, 11 to 1. The Raptors lead. 11 offensive rebounds for the Raptors. So now we are back underway. James for the Raptors gets it to Green. Green's the only non-starter in the game right now for the Raptors. Dragons going with all but Quatasia Johnson. Missed shot by Boykin. Green gets the rebound and put back. Now Goodman gets the inbound from Corcoran. 17 to 10 is the score. Goodman gets around her defender, has to pick up her dribble, bounces it out, and then ends up in Corey Peoples' hands. Now Fowler. Now Goodman throws it across the lane off the backboard. Nice little floater. Hook shot off the backboard. 17 to 12. James gets the ball, tries to throw it down low to Lawson. Lawson gets trapped, and they're going to call a jump ball. It'll be Dragons' ball. So Dragons force the jump ball. Have a chance to cut into this Raptors lead. Goodman now. Again, we talked in the pregame. This is the Dragons' statistically best quarter throughout the season. Johnson misses the layup. It gets tipped down into Lawson's hands. Lawson gets it to Green, and now the Raptors. Green throws up a floater in the lane, misses it, rebounded by Lawson. Lawson gets fouled. The foul's going to be on number 32, India Young. That's her first foul.
Number 22, Kalia Boykin at the line, 2 shots.
Number 15, Princess Lawson, is going to the line 54% from the field. Again, she averages 12.9 points per game. She's scored 2 points so far this game. First shots from the free throw coming for her. Makes the first one. And the second free throw. Missed. Rebounded by India Young, who hands it off to Tasia Goodman. Dragons are heading the other way. 18 to 12 is the score. Dragons down by 6 here. Sarah Deese is now in the game for the Dragons. Corey People, good to drive. Nice fake. She misses it, though, and it bounces back to Dominic Green. She got the defender out the way. Green now taking on everybody, and she gets fouled. That foul's going to be on India Young. That'll be her second foul. So 2 quick fouls by India Young. She is going to have to come sit on the bench. Madison Carey's going to come into the game for her.
Madison Carey back in, replacing India Young.
Dominique Green goes to the line for 2 free throws. She is a 57.9% free throw shooter. Again, Dragons are a better free throw shooting team, but the Raptors have been shooting plenty so far. Misses the first one. And now a chance to make it a 7-point lead. Misses that. Battle for the rebound. Corey People comes down with it, but they're going to call a foul on Princess Lawson. That is her second.
Number 15, Princess Lawson. That's her second personal.
All right. Kalani Corcoran gets it into Tasia Goodman. And the Dragons, no harm, no foul. Both free throws were missed. Now Corey People with the ball. Gets it into Corcoran. Corcoran can't handle the pass. And it's out of bounds. Another turnover by the Dragons. Now back with the ball, Tiana James of this Raptors team. Number 32, Kayla Moore is going to come in for the Raptors. Lawson now posting up, turn around, misses that. Battle for the rebound, and that is a travel on number 22, Boykin. Sarah Deese is now going to inbound the ball.
Kayla Moore back in for the Raptors. Replacing
Princess Lawson comes out of the game for Kayla Moore. All right, Goodman now hands it off to People. People looking for some help. Picks up her dribble, now throws the shot up, misses everything. Well, misses it off the rim. Rebounded by Dominique Green. Now Green has to slow it down. Lillian Eldridge will come into this game for the Dragons. Now Moore turns around, jumper in Corcoran's face, banks it off the backboard. Corcoran had excellent defense. Now Corcoran gets it into Goodman. Again, this Raptors team, a very tough team. Tied with CCBC Essex for lead of Maryland JUCO. 8-0 in the conference. Madison Carey gets it into Deese. Deese extra pass to Corcoran. And Corcoran, nice baseline layup. Excellent pass by Sarah Deese. And way to convert it for Kalani Corcoran. And cuts it to a 6-point lead again. James now to Boykin. Boykin looking for some help, wants to get it inside. She throws it away to Madison Carey. Madison Carey up to Corey People. Corey People going all the way and gets the easy layup on the other end. Bethany Fowler tried to block it, but just couldn't get a piece of it. Now James shoots a three, misses it front rim. Sarah D smacks it down, but Dominic Green ends up with it and cleans it up. Smart choice by James. There was a mismatch down right around the rim, so sometimes your best offense is offensive rebounds, and that worked there. Now Kalani Corcoran with the ball over to Carey. To People. People being guarded by Fowler gets it into Carey. Carey gets blocked, and heading the other way is Boykin, who gets it to Fowler. Fowler bounces in between Green's legs. Green misses the baseline jumper. James comes up with it. She misses the putback, but then another offensive rebound. James ends up with it. Fowler for three. Misses it. Rebounded by James. Now another rebound by the Raptors. Still missed, and then Corcoran comes down with it finally. Goodman. And now they are going to call a jump ball, and it will be the Raptors' ball. Eldridge comes in for Corcoran. That was a very rough sequence for the Dragons. They were able to get the ball, but they just could not move it forward. Now Boykin with the ball, looking to inbound it, gets it out to Fowler. Fowler gets it into Boykin, and Boykin is fouled. Foul on number 10, Sarah Deese. That's her first foul. Now Boykin going to inbound the ball for the Raptors. Gets it into James. James steps forward, 2-point jumper, and they call a foul on Corey People. So James is going to go to the line. She's a 60.6% free throw shooter.
James at the line, 2 shots.
First free throw is good by James. Second free throw coming the way of James, who makes that one off the friendly roll. 24-16, 8-point lead. Eldridge gets it into Goodman. Goodman runs into her own teammate, gets it back to Carey. Carey looking for some help. Bounces over to Corey People. Corey People open for three, and she hits that one. Good. Dragons need to start making open jumpers. They want to claw back into this game. Corey People did an excellent job. Now D smacks it away. Moore somehow ends up with it and gets it to convert. Kayla Moore, 2-point basket. Now Goodman for the Dragons. 4:58 left in this second quarter, first half. Just past halfway through. Goodman for three. Misses it. Kayla Moore comes down with the rebound. She gets it to Kalia Boykin. Now Boykin's pushing it. She's going to slow it down, gets it out to Fowler, who gets it to James, who gets it back to Fowler. Fowler shot in the front of the hoop, misses it, and it's rebounded by the Dragons. Now Corey People with the ball. He's going to bring it up, gets it over to Lillian Eldridge. Eldridge looking for some help, gets it to Deese. Deese is going to dribble, bring it across the middle, gets it to Goodman. Now People drives in the lane, gets it to Lillian Eldridge on the baseline, and she converts the basket. Good pass by Corey People, becoming a diversion for the defense. 21-26, Dragons are down 5. James now going to drive, gets it smacked out. Boykin comes up with it. She gets her pass smacked out. Kayla Moore smacks that away. And now Fowler turns it over. Madison Carey gets it knocked out of her hands, and it will be Dragons ball.
Checking in for the Raptors, number 23, Tamara Timmons.
All right, so it looks like Coach Barnes just got a warning from the ref. So now Goodman now with the ball. Corey People. And she's going to get called for a travel in the game now for Fowler. Tamira Timmons enters the game for the Raptors. Dragons with a turnover, so it will be Raptors ball, 3:40 left in the first half. Boykin now gets it over to James. Now Timmons inside to Moore. Moore drives, picks up a dribble, gets it to Green, who was cutting. She misses it, and then a foul is going to be called on number 22, Kalia Boykins. So it'll be Dragons ball. Raptors wanted a jump ball. All right, Goodman now with the ball for the Dragons. Gets it into Madison Carey. Carey gets fouled by number 1, Tiana James.
Montgomery foul number 1, Tiana James, her second.
All right, Sarah Deese is going to inbound the ball. Deese needing some help, gets it into Tasia Goodman, gets it over to Corey People. Corey People gets the pick, steps in, deep 2, misses it. Battle for the rebound comes down to Dominique Green of the Raptors. Now they're heading the way. Again, still a 5-point game. James throws it away off her teammate's hands. It will be the Dragons' ball. Under 3 minutes left. And the Raptors are going to call a timeout, so we're going to step away. 5-point lead by the Raptors, 26-21. We'll be back. All right, back in Columbia. Matt Trudell with you. Again, just under 3 minutes, 2:56 left in the first half. Stay tuned at halftime. We'll have a halftime interview with assistant coach Connor Rice. But in the meantime, we need to play these final 3 minutes, and it will start coming out of the Raptors timeout with Tasia Goodman running offense for the Dragons. Coach Barnes not happy with the response of her team. Corey People now gets the ball, gets a pick from her teammate, dribbles behind her back, kicks it out to Goodman. Goodman hesitates, kicks it out to Deese. Deese open for 3, and she hits that one. Big time 3. Sarah Deese cuts it to a 2-point game. 2.5 minutes left. Now James on the other side. looking for some help from her team. Dragons bench here for some defense. Timmons will shoot a 3. Nope. They're going to call a foul on Lillian Eldridge.
Alex foul, number 11, Lily Eldridge. Her first personal.
2 shots are coming Dominique Green's way. Again, she's a 57.9% free throw shooter. All right. Green now with the first free throw coming her way. Makes the first one. Stretches it back out to a 3-point lead. Green now second free throw up. Misses that one. Madison Carey ends up with the rebound. Bounces it over to Tasia Goodman, and we're back underway. 3-point lead. Dragons have a chance to tie it if they hit a 3 on this possession. Gets it down low. Ooh, just a little wide of a pass by Tasia Goodman. Good idea, though. Madison Carey was running baseline and was free. Tasia Goodman's going to come out of this game for Kalani Corcoran. All right, Boykin gets the inbound. She taps it back to James. Dragons are 4-1 at home. I'm sorry, 5-1 at home, 4-1 in the conference. Boykin loses it out of bounds, so it'll be Dragons ball. So the Dragons want to definitely continue the luck and good play at home. They are within 3 points. We're under 2 minutes left. Corey People running point. Corcoran came into the game for Tasia Goodman. Deese is being covered rather strong. She gets the handoff. Nice extra pass to Corey People. Misses it, and it will go out of bounds. It'll be Raptors ball, but good ball movement by the Dragons. Fowler is coming back into the game, and she will be joined by her teammate Camille Martin, coming in for both Timmons and Green. All right, James with the ball. Brings it up, hands it off to Boykin. Boykin gets trapped a little bit. She's going to get back to James. James now to Camille Martin. Martin backs out. Inside to Boykin. Almost stolen away, and she hits a turnaround jumper. Madison Carey read the pass just a little late. All right, Corey People with it now. Under a minute left in the first half. People gets it smacked away by Fowler. She saves it. Then comes back up, gets a floater in the lane, misses it, rebounded by James. And now with the ball is James. James looks like she got fouled, but they're not going to call it. Now Martin. Martin throws it, stolen away by Sarah Deese. Deese heading the other way. She's going to slow it down 29 seconds, gets it back to Carey, who gets it back to Deese. Now Corey People. 20 seconds on the shot clock, 21 seconds left on the game clock. So Dragons are going to hold it for virtually the last shot. All right, Corey People going to get a pick from her teammate, splits the defenders, throws up, looks like she got hit, gets her own putback, misses that, then gets the rebound again, turnaround, makes that one. 26-29, and that is the end of the first half here in Columbia. Dragons down by 3. Could be worse. Way to respond in the second quarter. We will be back to have an interview with Coach Rice. Matt Trudell back with Coach Rice. Coach Rice's team averages that you're facing averages 90 points per game, so you got to be a little happy about the lack of points scored in the first half.
Yeah, we were literally just talking about how they're averaging 90. So yeah, they're getting out here. We're doing okay defensively to start, but I mean it's a fight out here. They got 20, I believe, 20 offensive rebounds in 20 minutes, which is absolutely insane. If we keep up that pace, we've got to give them a little bit more fight, rebound, keep them off the boards as much as we can. They're aggressive. Give them credit. They are a very aggressive team. Good at getting after the boards. We got to be able to rotate, find the body, pursue the basketball, keep them off the line. But yeah, defensively doing a good job holding them. We just got to keep them off those second chance points.
Yeah, how do you do that in the second half? Because I was going to say 36 to 20 in the rebounds.
Well, they're a very good rebounding team. So again, very good credit to them. But I think us, when someone comes to help, we got to help the helper. Otherwise, that offensive rebound is going to be there. So we have to sink in the guards to stop the offensive rebounds. We got to go pursue it. At the end of the day, they want it a little bit more than us right now. Sometimes we're not getting the benefit of the doubt. Maybe there's some physicality. It is what it is, right? But at the end of the day, the guards have to sink in when our bigs come to help. We got to pursue the ball, get a body on someone. At the end of the day, go after it, right? But we got to want it, get after the boards.
Well, good luck in the second half. I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you.
All right, score at halftime 26-29. Dragons down by 3. We'll be back to go over some stats. All right, Matt Trudell back with you on campus here in Columbia. Leading scorer of the game is number 22, Kalia Boykin for the Raptors. 10 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist. On the Dragons, it's led by Madison Carey, 9.6 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. A complete first half for her. And Corey People, 7 points, 4 rebounds. Dragons are shooting 32.4% from the field. The Raptors are shooting 29.3%. Raptors 20% from three-point range. Dragons 25% from three-point range. And then 50% from the free throw line are the Raptors. 66.7% are the Dragons. We are about to be underway here in the second half. Dragons are down by 3. Good sign is they were severely out-rebounded, 36-20 in the first half, and only down by 3. Second turnovers, they're committed 1 less turnover than Montgomery. Montgomery 12, they had 11 points off turnovers. It was started out 11-1 in Montgomery's favor, but now it's 11-8. So there are some things. Dragons 7 steals to 4 steals. Both teams had 7 fouls in the first half, and we are going to be back underway. The Dragons are going to start with the ball. Tasia Goodman and Corey People, Kalani Corcoran, India Young, and Madison Carey, all for the Dragons. And the Raptors have James, Fowler, Boykin, Smith, and Lawson all on the court. And we are back underway. Tasia Goodman starts off the second half with the first possession. Gets it over to Corey People. People long pass to Kalani Corcoran. Tries to bounce it down low to India Young. She gets it. Turnaround blocked by Tiana Smith. Now Young looking for help. Gets it Corcoran all the way over to Corey People. Open for 3. She misses it, but she is fouled by Bethany Fowler. So 3 free throws coming Corey People's way. That is the second foul by Bethany Fowler.
Corey People at the line, 3 shots.
All right, Corey People goes to the line. Leading scorer of this team, 22.4 points per game, 76.4. Game 29-27. The Raptors are in charge. James with the ball gets it inside to Lawson. Lawson gets it out to James for 3. Misses it. Rebounded by Tasia Goodman. Goodman ends up kicking it. Oh no, they're going to call a kickball on James. India Young gets it into Goodman. Goodman picks up her dribble, gets it over to Corcoran. It gets smacked out of bounds by Boykin. So there's going to be 16 seconds left on the shot clock. Corcoran looking to inbound the ball. Gets it. They call a 5-second call, so that would be a turnover on the Dragons and go back to the Raptors. James gets it in to Boykin. Now Smith. Smith looking for some help. James left open at the point. Gets it down to Lawson. Now extra pass to Boykin for a mid-range jumper. Misses it. Rebounded by Corcoran. Excellent job boxing out. Goodman gets it over. Throws it all the way over to Corcoran. Corcoran gets it stolen away on the pass. Bethany Fowler heading the other way. And she gets fouled. Makes her earn it. Corey People picks up the foul, but Bethany Fowler is going to go to the line. 60% free throw shooter. That is Corey People's second foul. Misses the first one. Kayla Moore is going to come into this game after this free throw by Fowler. She makes 1 of 2. Moore comes in for Tiana Smith. Dragons now down by 3 again, back to the deficit going into halftime. Goodman gets the inbound. Bounces over to Madison Carey. Young. Now Goodman open for three. She's going to shoot it. And she hits it. That's a tie ball game here in Columbia. First tie since it was 0-0. Now James with the ball gets over to Fowler. Fowler, nice pass inside to Moore. Moore turns around, throws it up, misses it a little too strong. Lawson comes down with it, but Corey People steals it. Corey People is going to slow it down, gets it over to Goodman. Goodman's going to fire off a deep two. Missed. Comes down with the ball as Boykin, and now we're heading the other way. Boykin over to Fowler. Fowler inside to Boykin. Boykin pops a mid-range jumper, hits that one. Boykin. All right, Corey People now with the ball. Madison Carey looking, pounces it into Young. Young throws up off the backboard, misses it. Rebounded by Lawson. She gets it up to Fowler and heading the other way. Now James with the ball. Spins back around, splits the defenders, gets it to Boykin for a mid-range jumper. She makes that baseline jumper. Good job by ball movement, getting an open shot. Now the Dragons want to repeat the same formula. Goodman with the ball. Over to Corcoran. Corcoran good to split the defenders. Throws it down, stolen away by Bethany Fowler on the pass to Madison Carey. Now Fowler airmails it. And a turnover by the Raptors.
Checking back in for Howard, number 10, Sarah Deese.
All right, so it'll be Dragons ball after the turnover. And now Tasia Goodman with the ball. Corcoran. Deese is going to shoot a three, maybe off the backboard, misses it. Corcoran battles for it. She tries to save it, throws it into Boykin. Boykin heading the other way. Corcoran trailing, but so is Fowler. Boykin throws it all the way over, almost stolen away by Goodman, but James is able with it, gets around the defender, and gets the layup off the backboard. Almost a very good defensive play by the Dragons, but it leads to stretching the lead to 6 for the Raptors. 6:22 left in this third quarter. Remember, the Dragons give up the most points in the third quarter this season. Corey People inside to Madison Carey. Carey gets it out to People. People, three from the point, misses it short. Boykin gets the rebound. Now she's heading the other way. Bounces over to James. James steps in deep two, and she hits that one. 8-point lead. And Coach Barnes calls a timeout here in Columbia. It is 38-30. The Raptors stretch it to an 8-point lead. We will be back at the end of this timeout. All right, we are back here in Columbia. Both teams coming back out onto the court. 5:59 left in the third quarter. The Dragons tied it up, and then it has been nothing but the Raptors since then. And they have now stretched it to an 8-point lead, so we're back out. Goodman, People, Deese, Corcoran and Carey in for the Dragons. Nice pass, 3 open for People. She hits that one. James, Boykin, Moore, Fowler, and Lawson in for the Raptors. Dragons cut it to a 5-point lead. Corey People. Boykin gets it to Lawson. Lawson came back in. Stolen away by Tasia Goodman. No foul called. Now down to People. It gets stolen away. Now James heading the other way, all the way up to Fowler. Extra pass to Moore. Moore misses the layup, rebounded by Corcoran, who bounces off her teammate's leg, and then Lawson is fouled. So a sloppy pass by Corcoran goes off of Madison Carey's leg, and Lawson gets fouled.
Howard foul number 15, Kalani Corcoran, her first.
All right, so they are going to Lawson now going to the line for 2 free throws, 54%. Misses the first free throw. All right, second free throw. Missed, rebounded by Deese. She gets it smacked out from behind. Now battle for the ball. It goes out of bounds, and they're going to give it to the Raptors. Dominique Green comes in for Kayla Moore. Stay Raptors ball. Inside, James gets the inbound. She gets it stolen away by Kalani Corcoran. Corcoran gets it up to Goodman. Now we're heading the other way. Goodman bounces over to Corcoran. Now People. Now Deese. Back out to People. Open for 3. She makes that one and cuts it back to a 2-point game. 38-36. James now with the ball for the Raptors. Dragons clawing their way back. Green gets the pass. Now back to James. Fowler. Green struggles with the pass, but she's able to regain control. Bounces it baseline. Gets stolen away by Madison Carey, who smacks it in. Sarah Deese with it, hands it off to Carey. Carey gets it up to Goodman, and now we're heading back the other way. A lot of pressure in that corner there, but the Dragons are able to withstand. Now Corcoran over to Deese. Extra pass to People. People splits the defenders. Contact, no call. Corcoran, now Goodman. Goodman for 3. And she hits it and takes a 1-point lead, 39-38. Dragons take their first lead since the first basket of the game, and the 3 points are draining for the Dragons. 39-38, Dragons have 4:03 left in the third quarter. We will be back after this timeout. All right, Matt Trudell back in here. Coach Gask just called a full timeout for the Raptors, so we are back out on the court. Dragons will go with Deese, Corcoran, People, Carey, and Goodman. The Raptors will go with Green, Lawson, Timmons checks in, Boykin, and James. Again, a powerhouse matchup between two teams battling in Maryland JUCO. Now inside. Now Timmons with the ball. Out to Boykin. Left open for three. She misses it. Battle for the rebound. Nice job by Deese tapping it down to Goodman. Goodman's going to slow it down. She needs to watch her back. And she gets it into Deese somehow. Deese throws it over to Corcoran. Corcoran decides to calm it down. Back to Goodman. We're going to slow it down. Now 17 seconds left on the shot clock. Corey People gets fouled by number 23, Timmons.
Raptors foul number 23, Tamara Timmons. Her first.
Tamara Timmons picks up the foul. That's her first foul of the game. So it'll be Dragons ball on the baseline. They have struggled this game to inbound the ball. Sarah Deese is now going to give it a go. She gets it into Corey People. Corey People's going to shoot a three right away. Misses off the side of the backboard. Battle for the ball. It comes down to Dominique Green. Green spins around, gets it over to James, wide open for three. She misses it strong. Corey People now going to get it up to Goodman. Goodman taking on James herself, misses the rebound. James gets it. That's a travel, but they do not call it. And now heading the other way. I just don't know how that's not a travel. Now Lawson on the other side misses the shot. Timmons gets it, puts it back, misses that. Madison Carey gets the rebound. And now she needs help, gets it to Corcoran, then Goodman. Now heading up the other way. 2:51 left in this quarter. She's got to get across the line. She does. Just at the last second, Coach Barnes is jumping all over the place. She desperately wanted to travel on the other side, but Corey People now gets it to Deese. Deese throws it all the way across court to Goodman. Goodman's good. Drive baseline. Inside to Corcoran. Corcoran for two, misses it. Now Green comes down with the rebound. Green pushing it up. She's going to take the whole way and misses the layup. Rebounded by Lawson, but she knocks it out of bounds. No, they say it's off of the Dragons. Bethany Fowler and Kayla Moore are going to come back in this game for Princess Lawson and Dominique Green. India Young and Quatasia Johnson's going to come into this game. For Madison Carey and Kalani Corcoran. Tiana Smith is going to come into the game now for Dominique Green. So now it is Young, Deese, Goodman, People, and Johnson. And then it's Moore, Timmons, Fowler, Smith, and James. Timmons gets the inbound, gets it to Fowler. Fowler will shoot the three and banks it off the backboard and in. So 41-39, 2-point lead by the Raptors. Last 2 minutes of this third quarter. We got ourselves a game in Columbia. Deese now with the ball for the Dragons, looking for some help. She's going to drive, gets it. It's a kickball off of Bethany Fowler. All right. It would be Dragons ball. Sarah Diesel on the baseline looking to inbound it. Right, starting now. Corey People gets the bounce pass. Looks like she got contact on her head. She's going to push through it. Tasia Goodman for three, and she hits it, takes a 1-point lead again. 42-41. Tasia Goodman, 2 threes to make it a 1-point lead for the Dragons here in the third quarter. Now Tiana Smith now with the ball. Gets it over to James. Extra pass to Fowler, extra pass to Timmons. Timmons will shoot a three, and she hits it. Coach Barnes wanted it to be a 2, but they call it a 3. 44-42 is the score. 1.5 minutes left. Tasia Goodman almost got a travel. Now Corey People for 3. Misses it. Battle for the rebound. Kayla Moore ends up with it. Hands it off to James. Now they throw it up to Fowler. Fowler will shoot the 3. Misses that. Battle for the rebound goes to India Young. She gets fouled from behind by Kayla Moore. All right. Now it will be Dragons ball. Corey People gets it across the line. She's going to go, and she gets fouled.
Raptors Raptors foul number 10, Tiana Smith.
Tiana Smith picks up the foul for the Raptors, so it'll be Sarah Deese looking to inbound the ball. All right, we are back, getting ready to be back underway. Deese looks to inbound it. Gets it blocked at the line, but she's able to get it. And it will be turnover. It will be the Raptors ball. The inbounds have been a rough go of it for today's game so far. Dragons down by 2, under a minute left in this third quarter. An impressive third quarter by the Dragons. Now Fowler with the ball for the Raptors. She's going to pick it up, get it back to James. James going to step in, gets it down low to Smith. Smith gets fouled by Sarah Deese, and she would go to the line for 2 free throws. Lillian Eldridge will come into this game, I'm guessing, for Sarah Deese. That's her second foul. And that is the case. Tiana Smith goes to the line for 2 free throws. She is a 33% free throw shooter, only averaging 5.4 points per game. Misses the first one. Update, Corey People is tied with Kalia Boykin. Both of them have 14 points on the game. 6 rebounds, 2 assists for Corey People. Kalia Boykin has a double-double, 14 points, 10 rebounds. Tasia Goodman, 11 points, 3 of 5 from three-point range. Got the Dragons back in this game. Both free throws missed. Lillian Eldridge gets the rebound. She gets it over to Corey People, and we're heading back the other way. Corey People looking for some help. Runs into some defenders, needs some help. She's going to spin around, kicks it out to Lillian Eldridge. 12 seconds, hands it off to Tasia Goodman. Goodman getting trapped, gets it to Lillian Eldridge. Lillian Eldridge tries to pass it, gets slapped away. Now Tiana Smith heading the other way. Steal. And Bethany Fowler has an easy 2-point basket to end the third quarter. 46-42 is the score at the end of the 3. Dragons are down by 4 points. All right, we're back here in Columbia. Both teams are out on the court. It will be Raptors ball to start this fourth and final quarter of regulation. It will be Bethany Fowler inbounding it to Tiana James. And we're underway. James gets it over to Fowler. Now Timmons inside out to Smith. Smith for 3. Misses it. Rebounded by Tasia Goodman. Excellent boxing out. And a turnover by the Dragons. Tasia Goodman threw it all the way down to Corey People. Bethany Fowler got a hand on it and tapped it to her teammate Tiana Smith. So now James now with the ball. Gets it over to Timmons. Back over to James. James, Timmons. 13 seconds. Timmons drives, bounces it to Smith. Smith moves to her right, gets it out to James. James for three. In and out, missed. Battle for the rebound. Corey People smacks it out of bounds, but they're going to say it is off of Montgomery. All right, now heading the other way, Tasia Goodman. Gets it down low to Madison Carey. Carey got contact, misses the shot, and then Timmons is going to be called for. They call a foul on. Oh, the foul's on the Raptors. Okay, correction of the call. Boykin will come back in.
Montgomery foul number 23, Kamari Timmons, his second.
There is no 23 on the White Dragons, so they called 23, and he just had to change the color. But there is no 23 on the Dragons, so understanding the confusion. Now Corcoran going to inbound the ball. Gets stolen away by Timmons. Fowler. Nice pass to Smith, and now the Raptors will end up with the ball again. Fowler. Inside to Smith. Now Moore. Moore's going to baseline 2-point. Misses it. Lillian Eldridge battles for the ball. Gets it. Nice movement. She's going to bring it up. Bounces it to Goodman. Goodman gets it across the line. Now Carey. Eldridge back to Goodman. Now Corey People. 3-point from the top. Misses it. Battle for the rebound. Moore comes down with it. Lillian Eldridge comes out of her shoe. So she's heading the other way. Throws it to the sideline. She is playing one shoe down. Now Boykins inside to Moore. Gets stolen away by People. People's going to bring it across the line. Inside to Goodman. Goodman off the backboard miss. Corey People cleans it up. Gets blocked by Bethany Fowler, and Lillian Eldridge comes down with it. And now it's going to be Tasia Goodman. Eldridge is running, playing this without a shoe. Bounces to Corey People, and it's a turnover by the Dragons. Eldridge will get her shoe back and have a chance to put it on. All right, now back underway. Raptors come back with the ball. Boykin starts it. She's the leading scorer of this team. Again, 14 points, 10 rebounds. Timmons cannot handle the pass, and it's stolen away by People. People gets it stolen away by Boykin, and we're heading the other way. Good defensive play by Boykin to make up for the poor pass to Timmons. Now Smith picks up her dribble, needs some help, gets it to Fowler. Fowler's going to go right up the middle, and she gets fouled. So she's going to line for 2 free throws. The foul's going to be on Kalani Corcoran. Dominique Green will come into the game for Tiana Smith. Bethany Fowler, 8 points on this game. Averages 8 points. She's a 50% free throw shooter. Kayla Moore comes out of the game. First free throw is missed by Fowler. All right, Fowler makes the second one, 1 of 2. And now Tasia Goodman with the ball. 5-point lead by the Raptors. 7:11 left in this quarter. Goodman gets a handoff from Carey. She steps in deep 2, makes it. Good shot. Good shot by Tasia Goodman. Under 7 minutes to go. Boykin with the ball. Gets a pick from her teammate. Boykin picks up her dribble. Gets it back to Green. Inside to Lawson. Lawson looking for some help. She picks up her dribble. Now Green gets a pick from Lawson. Now Boykin Boykin across the lane, throws up a floater, misses it short, tapped out by Corcoran, but it ends up in Lawson's hand. Lawson loses control of the ball, and it goes out of bounds. Dragons ball. India Young will come back into the game for Lillian Eldridge. Dragons down by 3. If they hit a 3, they can tie it. And Tasia Goodman with the ball. Now Madison Carey. Young. Over to Goodman. Goodman pump fakes. Gets it to Corey People. Corey People stutter steps. Gets it blocked by Lawson. Lawson loses control, but it ends up in Boykin's hands. And now the Raptors heading the other way. Boykin bounces at baseline. Missed by Dominique Green. Excellent pass, but Green was just under the hoop. Now Boykin gets a pass from Fowler. Misses that. Rebounded by India Young. And we're heading the other way. Just under 6 minutes left to go in this first of the doubleheaders today. Goodman. Now Corcoran. Corcoran gets it smacked away by Fowler. It ends up in Madison Carey's hands. Now Corcoran for 3. And she hits it. Tie ball game, 47-all here in Columbia. Now Boykin with the ball. Lawson sets a pick for Boykin, then Boykin passes it to Green. Green tries to throw it down low to Fowler. Fowler can't handle the pass, and now Corcoran heading the other way. Over to India Young, who gets it to Goodman. Goodman for 3, and she hits it! 3-point lead by the Dragons, and it is going to be a timeout by the Raptors. A 30-second timeout. Dragons up 3, 5:01 left in the fourth quarter. We'll be back. All right, back with you here in Columbia. The Raptors will have the ball right in front of the Dragons bench. Bethany Fowler looking to inbound. She gets it into Boykin, and we're back underway after the 30-second timeout. Dragons are up 3, largest lead that they have had. Now over to James. James is going to drive baseline, picks up her dribble. Gets out to Timmons. Timmons throws it down baseline. James ends up with it, gets a nice shot off the backboard, but good defense by Dragons getting their hands into the passing lanes. And the Raptors are able to take advantage of some second chance points. Now Corey People gets fouled by Timmons. That'll be 23-second foul, third foul of the game, Timmons. Corcoran will look to inbound the ball. Bounces it into Goodman. Goodman back out. Now she's going to pick up her dribble, needs some help. Gets it up. She gets it smacked away by James and heading the other way for the Raptors. Corey People smacks it away. Now there's a battle for the ball. And Corey People hits the ground, but the Raptors end up with it. Now Boykin drives and hits a tough floater in the lane. A contested floater in the lane. So now Dragons up 51-50, 4 minutes left in regulation. Corey People with the ball. Good defense by the Raptors. Now Goodman, and she can't handle the pass. A little too tall for her. Good defense by the Raptors. They have a chance to take the lead on this possession. And we're back underway. Tiana James brings it up. Again, she averages 20 points per game. She only has 11 so far. Now Timmons open for three. Hand in her face. She misses it. Corey People comes down with the rebound. She splits the defenders. What a move by Corey People. And now she's going to slow it down once she gets across the line. Wait for some help, and they're going to set the offense up, try and stretch this out. Corey People, and then she gets fouled by number 32.
Montgomery foul number 32, Kayla Moore.
It will be, that is the first foul on number 32, Kayla Moore. So it'll be Dragons ball baseline. Madison Carey going to inbound the ball. Throws it out to Corcoran. Corcoran drives, bounces it down to Carey. Carey gets fouled by number 23, Timmons. That'll be her fourth.
Raptors foul number 23, Tamara Timmons.
Oh, that's her fifth foul. So she's actually out. I thought it was her fourth. There's a discussion as whether she fouled out or not. I thought it was her fourth, but they're saying it's her fifth. There is a dispute. Tiana Smith is going to come in regardless.
That's Timmons' fifth personal foul.
So Timmons is out of the game, much to the chagrin of her coaches. And Tiana Smith comes back into the game. So Madison Carey goes to the line for free throws. She's a 54% free throw shooter. She misses the first one. But still a chance to stretch it to two. It looks like Dominique Green is going to be out of this game for the Raptors. She just got her calf iced by the Montgomery training staff. And Carey makes the second one, 51-51. 3:08 left. James shoots a three, misses it, battle for the rebound. Smith ends up with it, and then they're going to call a foul on Kalani Corcoran. So Smith will go to the line.
Dragons foul number 15, Kalani Corcoran.
That's her third foul, so she needs to be careful in these final 3 minutes and 3 seconds. Tiana Smith goes to the line for 2 shots. Again, she is a 33% free throw shooter. She missed her only 2 free throws so far. Misses that one. All right, second one up for Smith, and she makes that one, so a 1-point lead by the Raptors. Corey People gets the inbounds. People gets it over to Young. Now, Madison Carey. Madison Carey bounces it down to Corey People, takes a deflection, but she's able to save it. Now Carey hands it to Goodman. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Goodman's going to take it all the way, throws up a floater, misses it, rebounded by James, heading the other way. 2.5 minutes. James gets blocked by Corcoran, and then they're going to call a jump ball. It will be Dragons ball. Dragons ball off the jump ball. And now Corcoran gets it inbound to Madison Carey. She's trapped, gets it over to Corcoran. Nice pass to get out of that trouble. Corcoran gets it across the line. Bounces it down to Carey. Carey smacks it, smacked out of bounds by Kayla Moore. Good defense by the Raptors here. 19 seconds left on the shot clock. Corcoran looking to inbound the ball. And it's a little too strong for India Young, so a turnover by the Dragons. All right, Tiana Smith looking to inbound the ball for the Raptors. Gets it to James. James gets it over to Moore. Moore gets it stolen away by Corey People. Corey People's going to take on Fowler. Oh, she pump fakes her, but Fowler blocked it, but then steps out of bounds. So it would be Dragons' ball. 24 seconds left on the shot clock. We are under 2 minutes, 1:57 left in regulation, a 1-point ball game. Corcoran, good to inbound it, gets it into India Young. India Young fouled from behind, so she misses the shot, but she would go to line for two. She is a 62% free throw shooter from the line. She makes one, she ties it, she makes two, she takes a 1-point lead. First free throw is good. We have a tie ball game, 52 all. And second free throw. Makes both of them 1-point lead for the Dragons. 53-52, under 2 minutes left in Columbia. James now with the ball after it's handed off from Boykin. Corey People playing defense, gets it to Boykin, driving baseline. Floater missed. It's tapped out of bounds. It will remain Raptors ball. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Boykin will have it on the baseline to look to inbound. Up, they're going to put Fowler on the baseline to inbound. And inbounds it, throws it away. But James is able to save it. Now James drives, throws up a floater, misses it. Rebounded by India Young. She's trapped, but gets it to Goodman. Goodman going to get it over the line. Gets it up to Corey People. Corey People gets fouled by Fowler.
Montgomery foul, number 3, Bethany Fowler.
They had not been calling that reach in on Fowler all game. That time it was blatantly obvious. So Corey People goes to the line for 2 free throws. She can tie Tasia Goodman with lead in points on the game. She is a 76% free throw shooter. Misses the first one. Still has a chance to make it a 2-point game. There's 1:25 left on the shot clock. It looks like Coach Barnes is going to call a timeout right if they make this free throw. But we will see. Misses that. Battle for the rebound. Princess Lawson comes down with it, who just came back in the game, and a timeout is called by the Raptors. It's a full timeout, so we're going to step away here in Columbia. 53-52, 1:20 left in the fourth quarter. Dragons up 1. All right, back in Columbia. Raptors are back out on the court. Dragons have joined them. It will be Raptors ball right in front of Coach Barnes and the Dragons coaching staff. Smith is going to inbound it to James. The Dragons are going to back off. And we're back underway. James gets the inbound. Defensive cheers by both the men's team and the women's bench and the fans here. Boykin gets it over to Fowler. Fowler bounces it into Lawson. Lawson drives, throws up a floater, misses it. Battle for the rebound goes down to Boykin, and Boykin gets it stolen away by People. People all by herself. Gets a 2-point basket on the other end. Stretches it out to a 3-point lead. Now James on the other end gets it over to Smith. Smith will shoot a 3, and she ties it up just like that. 55 all. 50 seconds left. Corcoran gets the inbound. She needs help. She throws it all the way up to Madison Carey. Carey will get a timeout called by Coach Barnes once they advance it. It is a 30-second timeout. We're going to step away. 55 all. 43 seconds left in regulation. All right, Matt Trudell back with you here in Columbia. 43 seconds left, so Dragons will have possession. 23 seconds on the shot clock. Gets it back to Corey People. Now India Young struggles with the pass, but she's able to keep composure. Now Corey People for 3. Oh, in and out. Rebounded by India Young, and she cleans it up. 57-55 is the score. 29 seconds. And a timeout is called by the Raptors here. It's a full timeout. We're going to step away. 57-55, 28.3 seconds left. Raptors ball when we come back. All right, Matt Trudell back with you. This is the closest game we've had since the Dragons were knocked off by the Monroe Express, but it is coming down. That game went to overtime. This game is a 2-point lead by the Dragons. The Raptors will have the final possession. They can have the final shot if they want. There's 28.3 seconds left on the game clock. Corcoran defending James, who's trying to get the ball in. She gets it into Lawson, hands it off to James. James throws up a wild shot, misses it. Madison Carey comes out with the rebound. She gets it back to Corcoran, up to Goodman. Goodman back to Corcoran. You got to get across the line. 17 seconds, and she is fouled. So Corcoran will go to the line. She is a 63% free throw shooter. The foul is on Bethany Fowler. And Corcoran can hit 2 massive free throws. There's 15.8 seconds left. If she makes both of them, it is a 2-possession game. And here comes the first one. Oh, just missed it. Rolls off the front. So a 2-point lead. Dragons can stretch it to 3 if Corcoran makes this. but they need to make sure they get back on defense if she misses it. Second one is up. She makes that one. 3-point lead, 58-55, 15 seconds left, and it's almost turned over. Boykin gets it down to Lawson. Lawson throws up a 2-point shot, misses it. Corcoran gets the rebound. She gets it to Carey. Carey is fouled from behind by Lawson. 2 free throws coming Madison Carey's way. She is a 54% free throw shooter. And all they need to do is essentially make one, and this game is over, and they will have an upset, and they will overtake Montgomery. So Carey will go to the line. What a game here in Columbia. And this is just the first of a doubleheader. First free throw is made. That is potentially ice. Montgomery will have their first, more than likely have their first loss in the conference, their 4th loss of the season. And she misses that, rebounded by Lawson. Now Boykin has to get it up, throws a 3, misses it, and the Dragons win 59-55 here in Columbia. The game is over. The Dragons improve to 6-1 at home and improve to only 1 loss here in the conference, 1 loss at home. We'll be back with the interview with Coach Barnes, 59-55. We'll be back. All right, Matt Trudell back here with Coach Barnes. Coach, this team, the Raptors, averaged 90 points coming into today. You hold them to 55, and you get a big victory here at home. How's it feel?
It feels amazing. I am just so proud of this group, the fight and the toughness and the grit that they've shown. And we've talked all year how we have to hang our hat on our defense, and we really did that today. We got some really big stops, got some big rebounds. I'm just so proud of their heart.
So you move ahead of Montgomery in the standings. You bring them their first loss in the conference. You guys protected home court. just an excellent second half. I know the third quarter has been kind of a problem, especially here at home this year, but you outscored them 17-16 and then 17-9 in the fourth quarter. What a second half.
Absolutely. We just talk about trying to be consistent for 40 minutes. And when we go in at halftime, we always talk about trying not to come out flat. We don't want to dig ourselves in the hole. Montgomery's a really good team. And if we allow them too much space in between, it'll be really hard for us to get back. So I'm just so proud of the focus and everything that we've had the past couple days in practice. And it showed itself tonight.
Well, congratulations on the win. Enjoy it, and I'll talk to you Wednesday night.
Thank you.
All right, final score here in Columbia, 59-55. The Dragons take down the Raptors. They move on to 12-8 on the season, 5-1 at home, and 7-1 in the conference. They bring Montgomery their first loss in Maryland JUCO. Thank you, everybody, for listening, and we will be on the next broadcast shortly.